This is Dil Se Apni Tausif only on Fever 91.9 FM with the Bollywood and superstar with us in the house and voice of tomorrow, Mr. G.D. Sharma. So we've been asking you about how Geet Gata Chal started and what Geet Gata Chal is all about. Now moving on, when was the first time that Geet Gata Chal actually performed?
I think we did a show in 2012 end. Yeah.
Okay.
And normally we get invited. Of course, it actually works by network. People know that we are into this and we can actually deliver. And so therefore, that's how actually in the beginning it's been the orders or the.
But at that time, people did not know that you had a troupe. This was your first concert. How did you?
No, that's what. In our network, let's say we are 8 of us, and you can imagine what a grand network that 8 people can have. So within our network circles, I think that's how the interest.
And all 8 are singers?
All the 8 are singers. One of them is a harmonica player.
Awesome. Okay, and who accompanies you in the music? Who is your band?
Okay, now you're coming to technology, right? Now we use what are called as -1 professional tracks.
Nice. Okay.
And these are difficult to get. Not that you can just download them from the internet and things like that, but we did get them from the US. We have a very close associate.
That's really professional. So you really mean business, very serious about it.
And these are very high fidelity 24-bit recording kind of tracks which are available. And I have got it actually certified often, not all of them, but a few of them certified by music arrangers and organizers from Bombay.
Wow.
Who have said that, wow, this is like original soundtrack and things like that.
Nice.
And so it lends that authenticity for the program. And then of course the onus is on the singer to keep track and sing to the original track and things like that. So that's a real challenge actually.
Awesome. So we'll talk more about that when we come back. Now tell us, what is your next song for us tonight?
The next song is from the 1969 film Khamoshi, where the song is rendered by Hemant Kumar and the music is also composed by him. And the song goes Tum Pukar Lo. It's an iconic song of
Absolutely it is. Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Tum Pukar Lo on Dil Se Apni Tausif on Fever 91.9 FM with the Bollywood in Superstar. On the special edition of Voice of Tomorrow, we have Mr. G.D. Sharma in the house.
पुकार लो, तुम्हारा इंतजार है, तुम पुकार लो, ख्वाब चुन रही है रात बेकरार है, तुम्हारा इंतजार है, तुम पुकार लो। होठ पे लिए हुए दिल की बात हम जागते रहेंगे और कितने रात हम, होठ पे लिए हुए दिल की बात हम जागते रहेंगे और कितने रात हम, मुख्तसर थी बात है, तुमसे प्यार है, तुम्हारा इंतजार है, तुम पुकार लो। दिल बहल तो जाएगा इस ख्याल से, हाल मिल गया तुम्हारा अपने हाल से, दिल बहल तो जाएगा इस ख्याल से। हाल मिल गया तुम्हारा अपने हाल से, रात ये करार की बेकरार है तुम्हारा इंतजार है। तुम पुकार लो।
This is Dil Se Utni Tausif only on Fever 91.9 FM with the Bollywood in Superstar. With us in the house on the special edition of Voice of Tomorrow, Mr. G.D. Sharma. You've been listening to him sing and he's singing classic after classic for us here tonight. But if you want to listen more to him, tomorrow Geet Gata Chal is performing, isn't it, sir?
Yes, tomorrow at the Rajaratnam Hall near the Andhra Mahila Sabha, we are actually doing a themed program called Ye Sham Mastani, and it is an offering from Geet Gata Chal for the Golden Jubilee celebrations of the Indian Institute of Materials Management Chennai branch. So they have actually requested us and they have come to us with a request to do the program. Now the interesting thing is that it's a golden jubilee for them, and so we thought we will link it up with the golden era hits of the 1950 to the 1975, which is that golden quarter century, with the best of and the choicest of songs rendered by all the legendary singers. And we also have a song where three of us are going to sing the famous song from the film Sangam, the iconic film Sangam, etc. And then there are also going to be a few numbers on the harmonica, because that's a very classical and it kind of gives a feel of the retro age.
Absolutely.
And it takes you back actually in memory.
I know.
So we have a few numbers on the harmonica planned as well. There are going to be duets, there are going to be solos, there are going to be romantic hits, there are going to be pathos-filled philosophical songs as well. So a complete mix. And of course there will be the song Ye Sham Mastani to be rendered by me, because that's the theme as well.
Right, absolutely.
So we are expecting, we have got a lot of good response from the public. Media has been kind to us. We have also published a few insertions in the papers and things like that. So people are responding to us, and there is a lot of expectation and a lot of excitement as well. So we are really looking forward. Tomorrow 5:30 we start the program. It's a 3-hour program. We want to try and do it non-stop.
And is it by invitation or people can get tickets and
It's ticketed.
It's ticketed
by
okay.
the Indian Institute of Materials Management, and tickets are available at the venue from 4:30 onwards.
Okay.
The program will start at 5:30.
Excellent. Yeah. Wow, so it's a treat for all classic music lovers.
Yeah. And I think it's also been a kind of a watershed kind of a thing for us to do such a public show, ticketed show. Our dream really is to go forward on these lines, do similar shows as well.
We'll come and talk about that in just a bit. But what's your next song for us tonight?
Yeah, the next song is, of course, Rafi Saab, his most iconic song from the iconic film Guide, 1965, Tere Mere Sapne, rendered by Mohammed Rafi.
Wow, so Mukesh, Kishore, Hemant Kumar and now Rafi Saab. Oh, so thank you so much.
Justice to all, because you can't leave one and do the other. Yeah,
legends they are. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is the special edition of Voice of Tomorrow with me, Tausif, on Dil Se on Fever 91.9 FM with the Bollywood in Superstar, and on Voice of Tomorrow, it is Mr. G.D. Sharma, and he's going to sing Tere Mere Sapne. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
तेरे मेरे सपने अब एक रंग है, वो जहाँ भी ले जाए राहें हम संग हैं। हो तेरे मेरे सपने अब एक रंग है, वो जहाँ भी ले जाए राहें हम संग है। तय था एक दिन मिलना, जैसे बहार आने पर तय है फूल का खिलना। मेरे तेरे दिल का तय था एक दिन मिलना, जैसे बहार आने पर तय है फूल का खिलना। ओ मेरे जीवन साथी, तेरे मेरे सपने अब एक रंग हैं। हो जहाँ भी ले जाए राहें, हम संग हैं। तेरे दुख अब मेरे, मेरे सुख अब तेरे, तेरे ये दो नैना चांद और सूरज मेरे। तेरे दुख अब मेरे, मेरे सुख अब तेरे, तेरे ये दो नैना चांद और सूरज मेरे। ओ मेरे जीवन साथी, तेरे मेरे सपने अब एक रंग है। ओ जहाँ भी ले जाए राहें, हम संग हैं। लाख मना ले दुनिया, साथ न ये छूटेगा। आके मेरे हाथों में हाथ न ये छूटेगा। लाख मना ले दुनिया, साथ न ये छूटेगा। आके मेरे हाथों में हाथ न ये छूटेगा। ओ मेरे जीवन साथी, तेरे मेरे सपने अब एक रंग है। ओ जहाँ भी ले जाए राहें, हम संग हैं। ओ तेरे मेरे सपने अब एक रंग है।
This is Dil Se Apni Tausif on Fever 91.9 FM with the Bollywood in Superstar and its Voice of Tomorrow. With us in the house, Mr. G.D. Sharma, who's regaling us with one Bollywood classic hit after another. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank
God
you.
bless.
Yeah.
All right, so now we are talking about Geet Gata Chal, your next performance and so on. But, you're all professionals. You have your own professional commitments. How do you manage to keep the group together?
Yeah, it's a challenge actually. It's a very relevant and a pertinent question because, it's actually difficult. Really speaking, it's difficult. But I think the only factor which is, let's say, helping us overcome even some of these challenges is really the passion and the interest. I think music has got that quality, and particularly the kind of music that we sing, because we kind of relate to it so much. We have grown up with it, we have been fed on it. So I think the interest that it kindles in us and the passion that we can therefore bring, I think overrides every other roadblock. And I think people do justice to their jobs, obviously. I mean, that's a primary focus in any case. But then we are able to find time. We do kind of set aside time for practice. And before a show, we ensure that we have at least half a dozen sessions of practice before it. Spaced out in comfortably. For example, for tomorrow's show, we had a practice session, full-fledged practice session yesterday afternoon actually.
Nice, full rehearsal, complete.
Full complete dress rehearsal we call it. Yeah, and so I think the question is that passion, interest and commitment to the cause of music, and we want to keep it alive, and I'm sure this kind of music will stay on and on. I think my daughter and my granddaughter themselves have taken up after it so much that they keep humming some of these songs that I sing at home and things like that, and I think they are also almost fed on it on a regular diet. So it's a challenge, and people are responding fairly responsibly. What we also do is that we therefore organize these practice sessions at the convenience of our members, because some of them are on a touring kind of a job and in very responsible positions. So sometimes we really have it in their house at their convenience, and everybody else rallies around and adjusts their timings and so on. So
Perfect.
I think it's a lot of kind of common.
I know. It's just about getting your priorities. If you love music,
right,
you want to do this
and
for
gelling together, and then
let's move on to what the response from the other side has been. People listening in. What are like some of the best compliments that you received?
One is, we are attired also in a very uniform way. I mean, it's in the sense that we are always in a kurta kind of a thing, pajama kind of thing. And so the professional approach is one. I think people really kind of praise us for our professional approach. Then, of course, the sincerity of the attempt. See, we may not obviously sing like a Muhammad Rafi, and we are also not very keen on imitating those singers. But what we again use as a tagline in our, publicity thing is that we faithfully reproduce. I think that's the humble kind of a submission or a offering, that we try and faithfully reproduce the original. We may not be able to kind of resemble Kishore Kumar in his voice and things like that, but we try and sing as much as like the way he does or anybody else does in that particular song. And the third thing is, I think, our timing. I think we keep up to the time. When we say 5:30, we do start at 5:30, and people have also seen kind of a very organized effort from our side. I mean, things go quite in a very organized manner, and so I think our professionalism, or whatever you call it, perhaps it's because we are professionals from industry, so somewhere it rubs off in terms of how we organize and conduct these shows and things like that.
Absolutely.
So I think that way it has been a very great response from the public.
Excellent. So what is your final song for us tonight?
The final song, of course, is Aradhana song, picturized on Rajesh Khanna and Sharmila Tagore, and set to tune by S.D. Burman, lyrics written by Anand Bakshi, and the song is Mere Sapno Ki Rani.
Absolutely.
I think in Chennai, it's probably one of the most recognizable songs. You sing it in an absolutely non-Hindi environment, and people just come and start dancing and regaling at the song. It is such a popular all-time
definitely
is.
So well, thank you for bringing that song to our table tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. G.D. Sharma in the house. We'll come back after this one final performance. This is Tawseef on Dil Se on Fever 91.9 FM in the Bollywood in Superstar.
मेरे सपनों की रानी कब आएगी तू, आई रुत मस्तानी कब आएगी तू, बीती जाए जिंदगानी कब आएगी तू, चलिया तू चलिया। मेरे सपनों की रानी कब आएगी तू, आई रुत मस्तानी कब आएगी तू, बीती जाए जिंदगानी कब आएगी तू, चलिया तू चलिया। प्यार की गलियां, बागों की कलियां, सब रंग रलियां पूछ रही हैं। प्यार की गलियां, बागों की कलियां, सब रंग रलियां पूछ चलिया। क्या है भरोसा आशिक दिल का और किसी पे ये आ जाए। क्या है भरोसा आशिक दिल का और किसी पे ये आ जाए। आ गया तो बहुत पछताएगी तू मेरे सपनों की रानी। कब आएगी तू आई रुत मस्तानी। कब आएगी तू बीती जाए जिंदगानी। कब आएगी तू चलिया तू चलिया। से खिल के पास आ दिल के दूर से मिल के चैन आए। फूल से खिल के पास आ दिल के दूर से मिल के चैन आए। और कब तक मुझे तड़पाएगी तू मेरे सपनों की रानी। कब आई रुत मस्तानी। कब आएगी तू बीती जाए जिंदगानी। कब आएगी तू चलिया तू चलिया मेरे सपनों की रानी। कब आएगी तू आई रुत मस्तानी। कब आएगी तू बीती जाए जिंदगानी। कब आएगी तू चलिया तू चलिया चलिया तू चलिया चलिया तू चलिया चलिया तू चलिया।
Ladies and gentlemen, for one final time on the special edition of Voice of Tomorrow, Mr. G.D. Sharma with me, Tausif, on Dil Se on Fever 91.9 FM, the Bollywood in Superstar. He's taken us through his journey called Life and also through some of the popular Bollywood classic hits that we really love on this show. Thank you so much for doing that for us, sir.
It's a pleasure.
All right, now it's time to look back, right? In this long journey called life, what are the major lessons that you have learned?
Well, sometimes I think it may not really be possible, or we might not get the time and the space for indulging in music and probably doing a show and things like that. But I think we should always keep music with us. I mean, it's a companion. It's a de-stressor. It's a way to relax. I think in today's corporate world, I think people are much more stressed than perhaps our generation, which is 25-30 years back and things like that. And so I think it's a great source of relaxation and de-stressing, etc. I think there is no excuse, or there is no kind of what shall I call it, kind of relaxation from the interest that you have, because if it's a passion, if it's an interest, I think one must pursue. And today, thanks to technology, thanks to the internet, several factors, like for example, you have karaoke tracks. Today, for example, even Tata Sky has introduced an online channel for it and things like that. So there are several other such enabling factors. There are also voiceovers where they actually have a track where Kishore Kumar is singing and the letters are also appearing, so you know how he is singing that part of the song and things like that. So it's a big enabler, and technology is really aiding that. So I think professionals, many of them can sing. I believe everybody can sing. I think it's just, as somebody said, it's just emerging out of the bathroom literally and singing your heart out. So I think professionals must dedicate sufficient time for practice and focus on improving their voice quality and things like that. For example, there are also amateur, which are probably startups compared to us, where I actually am consulted. I mean, they ask me to come and say, sir, would you like to be there for a few sessions and guide us, So it's really a pleasure actually. There is a ladies group which is actually started in Chennai. somewhere in the Arepuram area,
Uh-huh.
and they actually asked me to come once in a month to their gathering and say, can you sing this song and show? It could be a Lata Mangeshkar song, but could you just sing that part and show us? How do we really, keep to the time and to the tal and the and things like that? It's really a pleasure to be able to guide youngsters and to be able to guide other co-professionals. And music must be part of your life.
Absolutely.
That's the.
And you're a living example.
And
of
that's
that.
why we say Geet Gata Chal. And that's the name of the troupe as well.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
Seriously.
so
Wow.
that's how it is.
It's been brilliant finding out how you manage to balance your work and your pleasure in life, music, your passion for music, really, and walk through it and leave a legacy everywhere you went. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you for bringing alive those Bollywood classics here and those memories with us.
Yeah. Thank you, Tausif. It's been a pleasure talking to you as well.
All the best for your show tomorrow,
Thank
and
you
may
very
you
much.
continue
Thank
to
you very
regale
much.
everyone.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, a veteran in the house tonight on the special edition of Dil Se with me, Tausif, on Fever 91.9 FM with the Bollywood in superstar Voice of Tomorrow. We bring you the stars of the music world right here. Remember, it happens 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. only on Dil Se every Friday night. For now, that's all the time that we have for you. Hope you enjoyed the show and the songs that were sung here by this veteran singer. Thank you so much, Mr. G.D. Sharma.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you and good night. Thank you.
Good. Ladies and gentlemen, so he's saying my line right now. So I will see you again on Monday, 9 p.m. onwards. For now, stay tuned to Fever 91.9 FM with the Bollywood in Superstar. This is me, Tausif, signing out, saying goodbye, be good, and God bless you all.